I'm Forrest Fisher of Simply Piano, Tuning, Repair, and Events, and I'd like to welcome you to this next episode of Tuning Tuesday. So, last week we set A4, which is this A right here that I'm playing. Alright, and now we're going to go through the rest of the Temperament octave. The Temperament octave that I'm going to be using is from F to F. Okay, so now we're down here at the piano. So, first we're going to start, so obviously we've tuned this A, so now we're going to go down the octave to this lower A. This is A3. Let's get our hammer on here and make sure it's on the right tuning pin. So you can hear that more beating. We can tell that this A is higher than this one. So we need there to be almost no beating. Alright, that sounds good. Okay, so now we have the octave. Now let's go on to the next interval. So we have tuned this A3 here. We're going to go up a fourth now. And this D is what we're going to be tuning right here. Let's get our hammer on here first. Okay, now the thing about fourths in this particular temperament sequence, equal temperament, temperament octave, is that they need to be expanded or stretched. So they can't be a perfect beatless fourth. They need to be expanded, and they need to be beating at 1 beat per second. So let's go ahead and play. So this is an example of where it would be contracted, but that's not what we're looking for here. Alright, and now here we are at its perfect state. So now we need to expand it some. Okay, now in order to help us understand what the beats sound like, I'm going to show you this app. It's called Piano Temperament Assistant. Okay, so you open it up, and here, by the way, this is a free download from the App Store. Okay, so on the bottom you can see you have two sets of keyboards, and C4 is marked in the middle with that gray key. So now what we're going to do, we're going to tap a note. So if you hit any note on any keyboard, it is going to display all of the partials. Now the first one, this is the fundamental, and then the second one is an octave up. Here, I can play these for you actually. So this is the note we're starting on. So this is the fundamental. All right, and then we have the octave, the fifth, and then up to that next A up there. So now we're 2 octaves up, and then 2 octaves plus a major third, and then 2 octaves plus a fifth, and then a minor 7th octave. All right, so, and if you tap, because these are the beeps, so actually they don't do anything. So now the other thing with the other keyboard, we'll hit a different note. For example, let's hit the D since we're looking for that. So if we tap on one of these, so now you can hear that it's the 1 beat per second that we're looking for. Let's listen again for the pitch. All right, so this note, that's the pitch that we're listening for to beat 1 beat a second. Let's hear it one more time. Now you can listen to other partials. For example, we have one up here. That one's about twice as fast. I generally prefer this one, 1 beat a second. You know, that's pretty easy to calculate. Okay, so with that in mind, let's see if we can get 1 beat a second. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. We don't want to just, take our own ear for it. Our ears can sometimes play tricks on us. So we want to use a check note, much like we did for setting A4. So what we do for the perfect fourth interval is what we call the major third, major sixth test. So this is the interval that we tuned. Our check note is going to be F. This is the F right here. All right? So the third is going to be right here, the major third. So the bottom note is going to be on the top of that major third. The top note is going to be at the top of the major sixth. All right, so we can go to our app again. So that's about the beat we should hear. For the third and then the sixth. That's beating slightly faster. All right, so let's listen again with that in mind. Pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we've gotten that fourth, let's move on to the fifth. So we have just tuned this D right here. Now we're going to go down a fifth to the G. Now the reason is you hear it beating like that is because I do not have one of the strings previously muted. If this camera will cooperate, there we go. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna stick my mute in right like so. So now we're only hearing that left string. That's what I'm gonna tune. So now the fifths are to be contracted. Conversely, as the fourths are expanded, the fifths are gonna be contracted. And the fifths, we need to hear them beat about 3 beats every 5 seconds. Now, this is definitely where this app, this piano temperament assistant app, will come in handy because it's a bit harder to hear 3 beats in 5 seconds. 1 beat at 1 second, that's easy. Okay, so we are tuning G to D. That's about what it sounds like. It's a faster one. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so for the fifths, we need to use the major 6, major 10 test. So once again, our target notes for that interval are going to be on the top of the test intervals. So G is first, so we're going to go down a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have B flat right here. All right. So now we just count to 10 up from B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the octave. 9 and 10. Okay. So. Now let's hear this is the major 6 interval that we're hearing. So the major 10 is supposed to be a little bit slower than the major 6. Alrighty, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's a bit of how I go through a temperament octave, F to F. All right? And when I'm doing that, I'm just tuning one string per note. We'll talk about unisons in a future video, as well as tuning the rest of the piano, the treble and the bass. And then just final touch-ups and stuff as well. All right? Really do hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you do, please consider subscribing and liking the video as well. And please check out my other videos on this series. And if you have any ideas for a new series on this channel, please comment below and let me know. Or if you just want to say hi, comment and say hi. Once again, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and that's all I got for you. Goodbye.